If you're going outside today, be prepared for temperatures to hover near 30, 32.
Not everyone has a house to live in or somewhere to go at night to keep warm or be with your family. I mean, most of us stay out here, and it gets cold.
I wouldn't make it. It's bitterly cold.
And the wind chill to feel about 10 to 15 degrees colder right on through the day.
First and foremost, they need a place to be able to lay their head every single night.
All right, let's go.
Code Blue is an emergency shelter that opens when it's 32 degrees or below, when there's a foot of snow predicted. So we're weather related. We service any of the homeless from the general area of Saratoga County, and so we take in just about anybody that doesn't have anywhere else to go.
We are super grateful for this place.
Yeah.
We really are.
This is our third house. We're hoping for our permanent home. It would make such a difference.
My wife and I started volunteering here like so many others about 4 or 5 years ago. The shelter's had temporary locations for the last 5 years or so, and we wanted to create a more permanent solution.
A year ago, they came to us with the most amazing present anybody could give you and said, here, we want to build you this building.
So we looked at a lot of different locations in Saratoga, so we needed to have something that they could walk to, and after looking at a whole bunch of different locations, the thing that sort of jumped out to us was the current shelters of Saratoga and the shelter that they have, the day shelter that they have, there's land available right next to that building.
For us, having the stable and permanent home for Code Blue would avail us to, and being on the site with Shelters of Saratoga, because they're our parent organization, gives us that perfect combination of being able to provide case management.
Just last year alone, we assisted over 37 individuals with getting them from the street to Code Blue, some of them to here, or some of them reconnected with family. Some of them were eligible for senior housing, which they didn't even know, and they wouldn't have known unless they came to Code Blue and stayed at Code Blue.
I've been homeless, or I was homeless up until the last couple of years. And it wasn't until the last few years that they've had Code Blue. Used to sleep out in, out anywhere we could. You'll never know what the streets can do to you till you've had to live in them. And it was the girls from Code Blue that came and took me to the rehab to get help. And so they do more than just house these people. I consider myself so lucky to have had them. If it weren't for them, I would be dead now. If these people want help, they're there for them. I don't know how I can reiterate it any stronger than that. They are there. They're committed to it. I don't understand, why people would not want in their community to have a place for these people to get up off the streets when it's cold like that.
So we got unanimous approval from the zoning board. The mayor's office was fully supportive. The town, I think for the most part, 99% of the people think this is a great thing, right, to try to help these people. And then we hit a roadblock where some of the neighbors banded together and filed a lawsuit.
That's typical for any project that's going to go up, and you'll get that in any community. There's always going to be opposition.
The neighbors that are opposing the shelter, I value their opinion. They're entitled to how they feel. I am a volunteer with Code Blue, and I am also a neighbor of Shelters of Saratoga. I live, if you're standing in Shelter's backyard and you're standing in my backyard, I've lived there for 18 years, and I can't even remember being there and the shelter not being here. But I've never been afraid to go out in my backyard or get into my car, or they're not hanging out in my backyard. They're not, hardcore criminals. They are just everyday men and women that are just struggling to get by. They just need a little bit of helping hands to get them back up on their feet.
These people are just tired from the streets. They just want a place to sleep. There's already a shelter there.
Anytime you're in a battle, and you have to retain a lawyer, there's going to be a financial burden on it. And what that does is, by spending that money, it takes away from a lot of this. We're still going to provide the services, but it's more of a struggle now to be able to provide those services.
This is Saratoga. This is one of the richest communities in New York. And I can't see that they can't do something to help these people. I just can't see it in a community that is so much.
Just truly wish they would just reach out to someone that volunteers there, to reach out to shelters, to reach out to someone that works at Code Blue and come in, see what it's all about.
To the people that are trying to block this, put yourself in a homeless person's shoes.
Yeah.
Imagine if you lost your home, your money, your car, everything you had, had nobody to help you. Like, wouldn't you want somebody to do the same thing for you?
Nobody's life ever got turned around by being turned away.